Chapter 4, Gender, by Leanna Morris. Differences based on nature. Males and females share about 99.8% of our genes, and the differences in psychological traits are actually quite small. Speaking, reading, mathematics, mechanical ability, and interpersonal characteristics are learned and not innate. Although this is true, males tend to score higher in mathematics while females tend to score higher in reading. The gender gap in reading is 3 times that of mathematics. Socially constructed differences. Socialization is the idea that children learn about social skills and their roles and expectations based on gender from the world around them. Television is a major part of the lives of children today and plays a major role in socialization. Television shows beauty as a priority for women rather than intelligence. Males are portrayed as strong and independent and are rarely seen as caregivers. Women in caregiver roles are rarely portrayed as heroines. This also is seen in the classroom, as males are more likely to be praised for intellectual responses but are also more likely to be corrected in an aggressive manner as if a rule is broken. Gender. Gender is the cultural differences between male and female. Most children do not question their gender because it matches the sex assigned to them at birth. However, this is not always true. Few people fall solely at one end or the other of the feminine-masculine continuum, but rather contain some of each. In today's society, we are more able than ever to move to more androgynous behaviors without societal repercussions. Transgender. A transgender person is one whose gender identity or behavior do not conform to or is not associated with the sex to which they are assigned at birth. We have sex versus gender, which basically means that sex is what the doctor says you are at birth based on your genitalia, whereas gender is what you feel on the inside based on what society expects from male versus female. Although I was born female, if I had grown up and decided that society's expectations were male for me instead, then I would identify as transgender. Gender affirmation is the process in which someone is able to make a complete transition, including altering physical sex. Transgender students may often experience the same harassment suffered by many gay students and should be made to feel safe. It is the responsibility of the teacher to ensure all students feel safe. Influence of ethnicity and religion. Many people of color already experience discrimination based on race, so discrimination based on gender is secondary. Because of this, many of them tend to identify based on race before gender. The same can be said for some religious groups. Many religious groups have specific standards and expectations for each gender. These gender roles may go to extremes beyond societal expectations. Obtaining gender equality. Before the 1960s, most women did not feel like living conditions were oppressive. Women generally accepted their roles as caregivers in the home. It wasn't until feminists in the 1960s started gaining support from many more women that anything was done about the inequality of women's rights in the U.S. In 1963, the Equal Pay Act was passed, and in 1972, the Equal Rights Amendment was passed. We still face challenges today. Sexism is the belief that males are superior to females. This belief is held by more people than are even aware. Societal constructs have many women still holding this belief today, whether they know it or not. Women are still encouraged to find joy in motherhood and caring for the home rather than obtaining a career. And job representation still shows little female representations in jobs usually done by men. In 2013, females only earn 78% of a male salary. And sexual harassment is also seen frequently with female employees rather than with male employees. In the classroom, teachers should design activities and lessons around both genders. Pay attention to activities and leadership roles, being sure to include both male and female students in those roles. Provide a safe environment for all students, including those that might fall out of the societal gender norms. Make students aware of societal discrimination. Allow female students to have a voice as well as allow male students to be included in conversations on how to decrease discrimination. As teachers, we have a big responsibility to make sure that we are not promoting sexism in the classroom and to allow those students to be exposed to the fact that it's out there.